संतोषयता संतो श्रीलरूप सनातन दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितम् पर्यालोच्यात पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः. Hare Krishna. Many are absent. They don't want to give exam. That's why. I don't know. So what should we do? What should I do? Grace class. Oh.
What to write means that contents.
Yeah.
Summary form.
Okay. Question paper will be for 75 marks. It will be having 2-mark questions, 3 marks, 5 marks, 10 marks, 15 marks. Maybe 1 15 marks question. To till now I'm not fully, that means I didn't plan, but generally you can say 15 marks question will be 1 you should write out of 2, 10 marks questions 2 out of 3, 5 marks, then that means you are finishing 20 plus 15, 35, another 35 is there. So another 3 marks questions maybe 3, 5 marks questions maybe 3, 15. That means another 15 marks is there. 35, 15, 20 marks. So another 3 marks questions maybe 3. So then 9 marks. Total how many is remaining now? 11 marks remaining. So we can give that for 11. 11. 5 marks 3. 15. 15. Then after that 20 marks remaining for the 2 marks and 3 marks. 3 marks, 9, 11 marks are there. So yeah, 2 5s, 10, and 1 mark question we may give 1 or 2 like that. We'll adjust. You all ask in the mic, otherwise half they are hearing and half they are not hearing. Jai Gopinath Prabhu, yes. So PPT, whoever committed for PPT, they can do PPT. No need to write the exam. But submit the PPT, please. I am eagerly waiting for that. If it is too much, next time I will reduce PPT 25, 25 I will give. So, but this time you do somehow take this, but next time we will give the reduce that. If PPT work is so much is taxing the time, your time, then we'll reduce that means number of only 25 people Pranushidas they have to submit out of 50, like that will do. Either first 25 or second 25, like that I will do, but not this. Next time onwards.
Okay, bro.
Okay, next time onwards I will do that. So
okay, bro. Thank you for the permission.
So I cannot control that. It's already. So now we'll see the question bank. Many are absent on site also. Where is Sarveshu Sam? Okay. We will make questions also now more. Huh? No. So first, what is the need for defining abhideya and prayojana? What is the need? Uh, yeah, Mike.
Mm, because we need I mean, we understand previously that the jiva is suffering,
Yes,
and then we know that it's suffering because of the anadi tattva, paratattva, sambarga bhava.
sansarga bhava.
So,
Paratattva gnana sansarga bhava.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we know that the scriptures are merciful.
Yes.
They give knowledge about the paratattva, but we need also a methodology
Yeah.
for approaching, turning the consciousness toward the paratattva. And also we need to know what is the highest goal.
Mm.
Yeah, what is the goal to be attained by practicing that methodology, that bhakti? So there is a need to establish what is the best of all methodologies. Therefore, bhakti will be compared with, so Jiva Goswami will show the advantages of bhakti against karma and jnana. Will establish how bhakti is easier to practice through different conversations. But basically, we need to know what is the methodology, the videya, and the prayojana.
Anyone wants to add? Yeah, you spoke rightly.
As
Yeah.
jiva is suffering, we
Uh-huh.
can experience,
Yes.
and that is cause of suffering is aversion towards Lord. So that is required to paratattva, to understand the paratattva, means sammukta towards paratattva. That is methodology, means what is the process to towards turn towards paratattva. That is known as a abhideya. And what is the result we are going to by turning towards Lord? That is a prayojan. That means happiness or like love of Godhead, just like. So abhideya and prayojan, two things are required to jiva to come out of suffering and gets his real happiness.
Yes. So major problem is, yeah, you people both started with the right point. That is, Jivatma is suffering. There is a fact actually. So it is counted in the opulence of the Paramatma. Jivatma's suffering is also counted as the one of the opulence of the Paramatma. So this Jivatma, now it is in the suffering state. So then, what is the reason for this? The reason is a lack of knowledge about the Paratattvam. Why Jivatma is suffering? Just lack of the knowledge. That's why if you see in the first Anusheda itself, very starting only, Paramatma Vaibhava Ganane. That means in the opulence of the Paramatma, Jivatma suffering is also counted there. If you see in the Paramatma, sound is not clear. But try. Now it is okay. Is it okay? Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay. So Jivatma's suffering is also counted in the opulences of Paramatma. If you can see this in the Paramatma Sandarbha. Otherwise, why we need to discuss these shastras? There is no need. If there is no problem, then there is no need of solution also. And the root cause is we understood Anadi Paratattva Gnana Sansarga Bhavamaya Tadavadvaya Mukhya Labda Chidraya. So because of the absence of the knowledge about the Paratattvam, that's why Jivatma is entrapped by the Maya. So due to that, Maya is covering the Swarupa Gnanam of the Jivatma, and that Jivatma is entering into the dualities. That means I am body, and then that is the cause actually to getting the fear and suffering. So that's why now the solution is what? So Jivatma has to get the knowledge about the Paratattvam. So first four Sandarbhas are explaining about the Paratattvam. What is Paratattvam? And Jivatma now what it has to do? It has to take up some process so that it will get back the Paratattva Gnanam. So what is that process? That is known as Abhideya. And also what is the need for the Prayojana then? So why we need to have the Prayojana Tattvam? So Prayojana Tattvam is also needed. That means it is Prayojana means result of the practicing the Abhideya. Abhideya is a process. If you follow that process, what kind of result you are going to get? What kind of, that means your dukkha is going to be destroyed or not? That you will come to know. And only dukkha is destroyed or something more is also available. Yes, something more is available. What is that? You will be getting the bliss, supreme bliss. So that's why there is a need to define Prayojana also, about the Prayojana also in the Shastras. If Shastra is not going to teach these two, then how Jivatma will be delivered from its suffering? But someone may say, oh, what is the need of defining this particularly? There is, if you simply describe about the Paratattvam in the four Sandarbhas, it is done. Tattva Sandarbha, Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma, and Krishna Sandarbha about the Paratattvam. So you are learning about the Paratattvam, you are learning about the Paratattvam in such a way, it is so blissful, it's wonderful. Then by just this statement itself, you should yourself has to practice, or otherwise you have to start doing of the, that means start getting this, trying to, you should try to get that Paratattvam. But first Sandarbha is speaking about the Paratattvam, Tattva Sandarbha. So Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma and Krishna. So then these four, so now that's why these four Sandarbhas are speaking about the Paratattvam. Then what is the need of, so this itself is invoke the listener to get that Paratattvam. There is no need to mention anything, so you go and get it. It means there is no need to explain any process to get that. One may say like that, but it is needed. Even still it is needed. The reason is Shaithilyam is there. In the Jivatma, there is a laziness or inertness, something kind of jadata, inertness, Shaithilyam. It means inactiveness is there. To remove that, it is needed. So for the first sloka, yes, you can write, sorry, first question you can write like this. Yes, you want to say something?
In that specific point, do we need to mention that for some jiva, two types of jivas, they don't need further instruction, so they don't need the methodology. They just need to hear once.
Yes.
Sadhyokriti avarudyate.
Yes.
But there is one type of jiva that,
yes,
because of the
there are the total three types of, we should add this also. Yes, Jivatmas are three types. Definitely you should add this also. 3 categories. First category is who acquired the sufficient samskaras from the bhakti samskaras from the previous life. Then that kind of jivatma, just by one time hearing the paratattvam, so it is immediately experience the paratattvam. So for this case, there is no need to have the avideya method, because one time hearing, done case, done, work is done. Then second category jivas are the who are Krupa Siddhas. By the some exalted person, so they are getting the blessings, mercy of that, mercy from them. So because of this also, these kind of jivas also, just by one time hearing about the Supreme Lord, or otherwise one time just immediately they connect by just one time hearing about that, about the Paratattva, one time here, they will immediately connected back. But those jivatmas whose heart is completely is sinful because of the yavat papaistu malinam hrudayam tavadevahi na sastre satya buddhi syat sadbuddhi sadguru tatha aneka janma janita punya rashi phalam mahat satsangam shastra shravana deva premadi jayate. So for this kind of jivatmas, there is a need of getting this Shraddha, Sadbuddhi. They should get the Sadbuddhis. For this purpose, they should prescribe, they should follow certain process, and they should live the sinful life and regularly practice something, so that they can gradually finish their anarthas, or their whatever impurities are there in their heart, and slowly they will gradually come to the stage of perfection. So that's why for this third category of jivatmas, there is a need to define abhidheya tattva. Yes.
It was a side point, but I wanted to ask when you were explaining it initially. So when the person from the previous experience, this life, they hear once about Paratattvam, and immediately they experience. So what level from Shraddha to Prema that means?
It's they are in the completely siddhas actually. Like Narada Muni. In the previous life, he got already Siddha Deha. So in this life, he doesn't need to do any sadhana. Okay. We should write all these points.
Because we are discussing here.
Conclusion means you should explain
points.
the jiva, Shiva's condition. Then after that, you have to also explain. So what is the root cause for that sin, that dukkham, that misery of the jiva? Then what are the various categories of? So that's why Paratattva Gnanam it should get. So that's why it needs, yes, it needs to practice some process. And actually here you can explain these 3 categories of the jivas. Out of that, this third category jiva is needed. Prayojanam is also, yeah, it will create the interest in the person. One is you have suffering and you should, to come out from this, you need to practice. You can say this also, and also you can encourage him by knowing by mentioning the prayojana tattva also. You will be getting this kind of bliss. Then also they will get taste for the practice. Okay. Next, what is the difference between Siddhopadesha and Upadesha? Siddhopadesha means you know, like Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. That means the statement which is already having the Upadesha in it. Like example we have given, we are saying to a poor man, in your house there is a truck of treasure in the ground of, in the underground of your home. Then truck of gold is there, one truck, big truck. Then what he will do, Ujjvala? After hearing this statement, there is a one truck of gold in your, yeah, in your house, in underground. Then is it need to instruct him, dig it and get it? No. That means this vakyam is Siddha Upadesha. That means where instruction is inbuilt of that. In Shastra, what kind of sentences are Siddha Upadesha? Example from the Shastra. Jivatma, like in the poor man case, you should take the misery. Jivatma who is in miseries. That poor man, for poor man, what is a Siddha Upadesha? Treasure in your house is a Siddha Upadesha for him. Then for the, in the case of the, this exemplary in exemplified in that Darshtranta. In Darshtranta, who is that Siddha Upadesha? Jivatma is in misery. So then what is Siddha Upadesha? Vijnanamanando Brahma. Brahma is Vijnanam, Anandam, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. That means Brahman is unlimited, is endowed. Brahman is endowed with unlimited happiness. Just by this statement, if they hear, then what they will think? Let me get Brahman. Yes or no? Brahman means Paratattvam. Otherwise, here in the Akilesa Brahman, so Lord, Raso Vaisaha. Raso Vaisaha. He is full of rasa. This is also one more statement. So Lord is full of rasa. After hearing, what you will do? If one poor man is there and that person is so rich, then immediately you will try to establish connection or not? Like that. Now you are poor man because you don't have happiness. You are always having the miseries. Now you heard another man who is full of rasa. Then, Tapo my Prabhu, what will do? Let me make friendship with him. He will share that rasa with me. Yes or no? This is Siddha Upadesha. Raso Vaisa. There is no need to say anything. But Upadesha means what? What is the Upadesha? Example, yesterday we have seen. Swarga Kamo Yejeta. This is Upadesha. In the Karma Kanda, there are so many instructions are coming. Swarga Kama Yejeta. One who is desiring the heaven, he should do yajna. He should. That means this is Swarga Kama. This much is said, and if you don't do, then if you don't say anything, then what he will do? So, yes, I am also desiring Swarga. What should I do? That's why Ejeta. Ejeta means it's a vidhi. Imperative case this is. It's an imperative. So in that means Ejeta. It is instruction. You should worship. You should perform yajna. So this is the Upadesha Vakyam. What is that? That's why these Mimamsakas, they are finding these Upadesha Vakyams in entire Karma Kanda. That's why they are interested in the Upadesha Vakyas only, not in the Siddha Upadeshas. Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, if they hear, they don't get any interest on that. What is this Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma? There is no instruction in this. There is no Upadesha in this. Because there is no verb with the imperative mood. So should do, should, that kind of thing is not there. So that's why for them it looks, that's all the sentences related to the Brahman, they look for them as useless statements. What is the use of all these statements? There is no imperative mood in this. And that's why they give the secondary meanings for those all. That's Purvamimamsakas. So opinion is this.
Prabhu, confused with the Mimamsakas. When they want only Upadesha, I mean instruction, injunctions, it means because they are interested in going to Swarga, so they want specific instructions. But there is also Upadeshas for Bhakti Yoga. Like even in this section, we have the Abhajet, that one should worship the Lord and the Guru, Gurudeva Tatma. And there are many instructions even by Sukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit that one should chant and glorify the Lord. Those are Upadesha also. But
Yes.
so isn't that the Mimamsakas are both are interested in Upadesha, also the Bhakti yogis, but they may also use Sitopadeshas. But the difference with the Mimamsakas is about the goal, because there are karma candies, so they are interested in only in instructions that
Yes.
promise heaven.
Yes. So Mimamsakas, they always interested in the instructions. So, but in the case of the Brahmopasakas, Paratattvopasakas, who are worshipping the Paratattvam, that means other than the Mimamsakas, that means you see, you are in the miserable condition and you are hearing about the Paratattvam in the 4 Sandarbhas, Tattva Sandarbha, Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha and Krishna Sandarbha. You are hearing about the Paratattvam very elaborately. So there are there are 3 categories are there, Brahma, that means 3, it is the 3 features, or it is 3 ways it is manifesting, Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan, and you are analyzing each and every way of manifestation. Then this automatically, this analyzation, this description itself should invoke in you desire to get that. There is no need to define Bhakti Sandarbha and Priti Sandarbha, actually. He says, Jiva Goswami says, but still he is writing Bhakti Sandarbha. That means, since you are in the miserable condition, describing about the Paratattvam itself is sufficient. But still in the Shastra, there are so many Upadeshas about the getting the Paratattvam also, because there is no need, but still it is there, because there is Saithilyam. What is that? So some kind of Jivatmas have the laziness. So that's why Siddha Upadesha. That means Bhakti. In the case of the Bhakti, in the case of the Paratattva, it is not needed, but still it is instructed. That means you should do Bhakti, you should do Bhakti, like kind of statements we are seeing. That is because to remove some kind of inertness or the laziness in the people. Even after studying the 4 Sandarbhas, they don't get any taste. Now we need to take a stick and push them. Okay. That is the difference between Siddhopadesha and Upadesha. You understood now what is Siddhopadesha and Upadesha. And in the case of now in the present context, how they are used also you should understand. Because Bhakti is that means about Paratattva, description about Paratattva itself is a Siddhopadesha, but still Shastra to remove the laziness of the Jivas, so is doing the Upadesha. Example is Abhajetam Tanmayaya Buddha Abhajetam. This is one example, and another example is Tam Nirvruto Niyatartho Bhajeta Samsara Hetu Pramascha. 2 slokas, 11 to 37, 2 to 6. Yes, this third question. 2 examples. Two examples for the third question. Next, explain the meaning of bhayam ditiyabhiniveshitaha, this sloka, using the tika. This already explained just now. Bhayam ditiyabhiniveshitasya ishadapetasya. You should start from the ishadapetasya. Jivatma, which is turning away from the Supreme Lord, Ishvara. Then it is what is happening? Ishadapetasya viparyayo asmritihi. Next point is asmritihi. It is forgetting about his own swarupa, because Maya is capturing that Jivatma and making him to forget his own swarupa. Then after that, viparyaha, it is giving the opposite knowledge. That means I am body. Then after that, ditya abhinivesha, it is entering into the dualities. Then after that, it is getting the fear. So then what is the solution? So tanmayaya abhaje tam. That means one should worship the controller of that Maya. So then automatically, you just by controlling the Maya, you cannot do anything. But if you worship the controller of the Maya, then so he will relieve you from that Maya. How you should worship him? Ekaya bhaktya abhaje. Okay, this much you should write. Next, how can you say karma and jnana also some kind of bhakti? This is also explained. Huh? So now how can you say karma and the jnana also some kind of bhakti? It's a type of bhakti or some kind of bhakti only. How karma is karma is given by whom? Yeah.
That particular point.
What, Prabhu?
That Bhayam Dividavayam, that Tika explanation. So there one point will come that that fear can be removed just by observing ourselves in knowledge.
What is that?
The Tika, that sloka, that point.
Okay.
Fear arises from observation in dualities that can be removed by just by understanding our Suruba. Then for that answer is there again.
Okay, that's just I gave the brief explanation, but not the. You people has to do textbook, and if some points in between will be there, that you all can write.
Okay.
I'm just giving the idea where that answer is there. But some students also do little. It's not that the what I am saying that much only they will write. Yeah, they have to do some work bit. So okay, next, how can you say karma and jnana also kind of bhakti? It is said in Anusheda number 5. 5 है ना? नहीं. कर्मणः तद आज्ञापालन रूपत्वेन तद अर्पितत्वादिना च करणात्. Karma is, we can call somehow or other katamchit bhaktitvam jayate. Katam, somehow it is also known as some kind of bhakti. In what sense we can say karma as bhakti? Because karma is the order of the Lord and following that in that way. Following the orders. Like yesterday we have seen prayojaka karta. Who is a prayojaka karta? Yes, Lord Ishvara. So prayojak karta for the karma is the Ishvara. So in that way, in that sense, if anyone is following karma in that way, but actually it is not bhakti, but just in that way we are saying. Next, jnanadi is also somehow treated as bhakti, since they are all helping, they are helpers of the bhakti somehow or other. So gnana, how it can help the bhakti? Gnana means, so yeah, we say that yes, I am not body, I am the soul. This kind of initial knowledge. So it will, this kind of knowledge is about the soul and the body. This gnana will help us to improve our shraddha in the Paratattvam, and somehow it can make your shraddha strong. By having the shraddha, then what will happen? You will do your sadhana bhakti very strongly in that way. In that way, gnana is the helper for the bhakti, so that in that way we are treating gnana as some kind of bhakti. Why 5 marks is given? It is only 2 marks. Reduce it. Anushada number 3. Mike.
So we mentioned that jnana and maybe Ashtanga Yoga and the other processes help to focus the consciousness toward the Sanmukhya.
Yes, yes. No need actually. That is out of question. 2 marks. This simple 2 lines. Next, 6th question. What is the ultimate dharma of mankind from teachings of Suta Goswami? What is the ultimate dharma? And you have read dharma sonishtidah, dharma sonishtidah, and also atah pumbir dvijashreshta. You should tie up these 3, then you will get. That's ultimate dharma is, so that is the ultimate dharma which is done for the satisfaction of the Lord. Dharma done for the satisfaction of the Lord, and which brings the Vasudeva Katharuchi. This is the ultimate dharma. The one which is done for the satisfaction of the Lord and brings the taste in Vasudeva Katha. Or that it brings the Vasudeva Katharuchi. So you have to establish this. You make these 3 slokas, and you should say in the Savai Pumsam, what is that? So that is the dharma which brings the bhakti, is the ultimate. From here you are getting the basic information. But what is that dharma? And what is the meaning of bhakti here? Then you have to refer the Ata Pumbir Shreshta Varnashrama Bhagashaha Swanishtidasya Dharmasya Samsiddhi Haritoshanam. That means the one, that is the dharma which is bringing the Haritoshanam. That means dharma should be done for the Haritoshanam. Then what is the meaning of bhakti there? Savai Pumsam Yato Bhakti, you are saying. Bhakti means then you should go to the Dharma Sonashita Pumsam Vishruksena Katasyaha Notpadayedi Ratim Sramayahu Kevala. That means the dharma which is properly performed, it should bring the Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. Vishruksena Katsu Katha Ruchi. So if it is not going to bring that, then that dharma is useless. Sramayahu Kevalam. So that means this Savai Pumsam Dharma, ultimately what it should bring? Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. That's why you should take bhakti means there. Vasudeva Katharuchi. This we discussed. So you should write like this. These connections. Okay, next sloka. Next question. Establish bhakti as abhideya from the teachings of Suta Goswami. Okay.
This is Savai Punsam Paro Dharma up to Ato Vai Kabeo. That is 16 slokas are there, 25 marks. So
yes.
How to write this?
Either of one will be asked. Questions we can make 10 on the same topic.
Now, so this will be point wise like that. It will. This is established bhakti. So up to this there.
Like the way Srila Jiva Goswami explained, same flow. We should write the flow. We should follow the flow now. No need to mention this so much he read, but the flow is same what he mentioned. how he is in bringing the, so establishing things that we should follow. Flow should be followed him. But now you see Dharma Svanshita Pumsam Vishuksena Katasya, he is elaborately explaining this. Srema eva hi kevalam. What is the meaning of eva and what is the meaning of kevalam? So for the 25 marks question, I will not ask 25 marks definitely. I will be asking 15 marks only. Then according to that question marks, you should mention that flow. We go quickly and also maintain decent salient points. That is the point. So, but that point should have connection. It's not that the points are simply here. Dharma is the Vasudev, Bhakti is Vasudev Kataruchi. Dharma is for the satisfaction. Not like that. There should be some proper, connection should be there, because this section is having the connection. Then you should summarize like that. Quickly you should write. So already I explained there are the 4 kinds of the processes are explained. One is performing the karma for the for the satisfaction of the Vasudeva, that will bring the Vasudeva Kataruchi, that we are establishing from the Dharma Savai Pumsam, Dharma Svanishtitaha, and also next Ataha Pumirdi Shrestha. And this is the one thing. For this, if I ask, so from the Savai Pumsam to Ato Vai, you should mention like this. There are the 4 processes. So like this is the one from this, and the second one is that Tasraddhano Munaya Gnana Vairagya Yuktaya Pashyantatmani Chatmanam Bhaktya Sratagruhitya. This is a method. This is another method, second method. And the third method is Kona Kuryat Vasudeva Katharatim Yadanudhyasina. You are getting? Yadanudhyasina Yuktaha Karma Granthi Nibandanam Chandanti Kovidastasya Kona Kuryat Katharatim. This is the third method. Okay. And then that's why, and fourth method is there. But you can see these 4 methods have the connections. Jiva Goswami is writing on the every Sutrasthaniyam Vakyam. Understanding? He is also mentioning the connection that you should read actually. These 4 processes, but there is a connection. And fourth one is what? Susrisho Shraddhadhanasya Vasudeva Kataruchi San Matsevaya Viprah Punyatirtha Nishevanat. Is the fourth question, fourth type. Then after saying this, you may not need the write the so much elaborate commentary of everything, but you should basic meaning and basic understanding here you should write. Then after that, one has to do. So that means what is said actually, first method is doing the karma dharma for the satisfaction of the Lord. This is rejected. This rejected means compared to this and compared to this and compared to doing this kind of dharma. So Sachaiva Durlabha Bhakti Haritoshana. That means performing his own prescribed duties for the satisfaction of the Lord and yielding that is yielding to the, or that is leading to the, so Katha Ruchi is very difficult actually. That kind of Durlabha, that means doing perfectly Swadharma and satisfying the Hari with that. It's very difficult. Why? Because when you do karma, there will be a lot of mistakes. Swanushtitasya. That means what is said in that sloka? When Lord will be satisfied, Swanushtitasya, when the karma is nicely performed for the satisfaction of the Hari, then that is going to lead the Vasudeva Katharich. This is an obstacle, it's very difficult for us. And before that, and also one more, another process is what? This is Tasraddhana Munayo Gnana Vairagya Yuktaya Pashyanti Atmani Chatmana. In this, we are seeing that is a very rare process. Very lengthy and rare process. Finding such a guru who can teach all the Vedas to you and all the Upanishads, and so that after that you are contemplating the meaning, and then finally coming to that bhakti is only the ultimate path. Then after that, so so you first of all hearing by the Shravanam, you should get the know that bhakti is the ultimate. Then after that, contemplating the on that and all viparita bhavanas destroying, and finally getting the shraddha, and then after that, so you are started practicing that the Shravanam Kirtan, hearing and glorifying. By this, one will become old man actually, by reading all the shastras and contemplate, coming to the conclusion. It's not, that's why it's durlabha. It in this process, getting the sakshat bhakti is very rare actually. It's very difficult. And also, what is the difficulty with this swadharma? It's a difficult. Swanishtitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. Their condition is given by our Srila Sutta Goswami is saying swanishtitasya. That's very difficult. That means very hard attention we should give, full attention we should give. So then what we have, one we should do, ultimately these two are going to, these two methods are leading to what? Vasudeva Katha Ruchi only, na? Finally, they should lead to. So then that means Shravanam Kirtanam only, na? Ultimately that should be the result, na, of these two processes. That's why he's saying, why don't you do directly Shravanam Kirtanam only? So if you do the Shravanam Kirtanam, that will cut down that knife, that sword, the sword of, so meditating on the Lord. So with that smaranam, that kind of sword, you can easily cut down the karma grandhi. So that's a, that is such a benefit you have. If you are able to remember Krishna, first Shravanam Kirtan you did, then after that smaranam. So if you remember Krishna, then what is that sword is going to cut the karma grandhi. Such a benefit is there after hearing. Who will not get interest for the taking the holy name? By hearing this kind of glory, everyone will get. Kona Kurya. This is one way of convincing the people to do the Sakshat Bhakti. But this is that kind of, so just by hearing this statement, that means karma grandhi will be cut down by the remembering the Krishna. So this kind of is convincing with this one statement, that means is very rare. It's not so easy. That kind of, that much fate will not be there. Then that's why, so manda bhagyaha, Kali Yuga people are so unfortunate, and they don't have that much pure heart, because they don't have that much purity in the heart. That's why they're sinful heart. So by just hearing that, that will not bring any shraddha. So already we have seen whose hearts are contaminated by the sins, they don't get this shraddha in the shastra, sadbuddhi, sadbuddhi, sadguru, shastre sadbuddhi, sadguru, sadbuddhi. It is not possible. So that's why what we should do, what is the upaya for that? So that's Sushusho Shraddha is coming. And it is saying that if you randomly go to the dham of the, so any spiritual dham, there you will meet the sadhus. By that means you will see the sadhus. That is the service to the sadhus. By that service, you will get the some kind of ruchi. So by getting this, that means by you will get the krupa by seeing, touching, and this, and by that krupa you will get the desire to hear from them, and you go and hear from them. So then they will speak about the bhakti only. So then that's why, so by the hearing from their mouth, so you will be getting the finally taste in the Vasudeva Katharuchi, Syan Mahasevaya, Vasudeva Katharuchi, Shusha Shaddhadanasya Vasudeva Katha. So that's why this is the way to get the Katharuchi. So by performing Swadharma, getting the Katharuchi is also not so easy, because it demands the perfection in the karma. So that can be offered for the Hari. And also A second method is durlabha bhakti. It's very difficult. And third is, so just by hearing that statement, getting the faith, also difficult. The fourth, this is, so like this you write, and so then after that, then yeah, and then we have to hear. And so finally, what is concluding this, till here, we should definitely do the Shravanam Kirtanam. So by doing that, that's why Srinotam Sakatah Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtana Rudyantasto Hyabhadrani Vidunoti Suhrus Satam. So that's why one should continuously hear. Vasdev Katha Shakshat Bhakti is concluded here. So that's why one should hear, chant. By this, impurities are removed from the heart. And then he will go to the Nishtha stage. Then after that, so all the Rajas and Tamas are destroyed by the Nishtha Bhakti. Then he will be in the blissful state, Satya Prasidati. That means his heart is completely now endowed with the Vishuddha Sattvam. In that kind of heart, Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate. There you will be getting the appearance of the Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana means direct darshan of the Lord in the heart. So that's why by this what will happen? All the Vidyate Hridaya Grandhi. By getting the darshan of the Lord, Hridaya Grandhi is cut down, all the samshayas are finished. Then karma, that means, so all this done. That's why what is the Ato why? That's why, my dear Sonak, that's why this is the reason, yeah. So everyone is doing Paramaya Muda Kavaya. The intelligent people, they take up this process. Sakshat Bhakti. Done, what is there? Okay? Not okay. You are confident? Very good. That is the spirit. Meaning of Ahaituki. You all know Ahaituki. You see the Ahaituki Apratihata. Falansandhana Rahita is the Ahaituki. Apratihata means? Falantaranusandhana Rahita is Ahaituki or not? What is the definition for Ahaituki? Everyone is looking very serious. I don't know why. By seeing this seriousness, I am getting fear. Actually, I am getting fear. Why? Ahaitiki, you all heard or not? Apratihata? You will write, na? Okay, I will go further. Vaishnav, आप लोग, you people should not get angry on me. I will go to hell. Be blissful and merciful. Ahaitiki means Falantaranusandhana Rahita. Apratita means Tadupari Sukha Dukkada Padardantara Bhava. You write this and explain these statements. English, it is there in the translation. Write that easy. Sarvipum Sam, this is there only, bro. Sarvipum Sam, it is in the Anusheda number 3.
Bro, this dash is there. This is not a fill in the blanks, na? Appears like fill in the blanks like that.
1 mark actually. That is 2 mark is wrong. Explain the meanings. Eva hi kevalam. This is on the board. I wrote actually. Eva hi kevalam. Yes, it is in the Anusheda number. Sama eva hi kevalam 5. Anusheda number 5. You see. Translation is there. You write that. Not translation. That this answer is there in that paragraph. Everything is there in the Anusheda number 5. Explain the meaning of eva hi kevalam. Question number 10. Next, 11th question. Bhakti is independent. Jnana and Vairagya are dependent. Next, 12th. Meaning of apavargaha. Apavargaha. What is the meaning of apavargaha? Apavargaha means? What is the meaning of apavargaha? Bhakti. Very good. Apavargaha means? which leads to bhakti. Bhakti sampadakaha. That means the one which leads to bhakti. That is dharma. That means doing dharma for the satisfaction of the Hari is the apavargaha. Next 14th. What is the derived meaning of what is the derived meaning of dharmasya in SB 129? 129 means what is that sloka? Okay. That is it, the one which leads to the bhakti. Dharma means what you should write here. Finally, dharma means the one which leads to the bhakti. Apavargaha means dharma, na? So that's why dharma means we should write the one which leads to bhakti. Bhakti means Vasudeva Katharuchi. Here, dharmasya apavargasya, in that sloka, dharma means what? Okay. Next, 15th. Bhakti generates dash and dash. Gnana and vairagya. 16th. Meaning of ahaitukam. Once again it is coming. Next, what should be the result of dharma and what should not be? What is that previous? Ahaitukam, actually previous one is Sushka Upanishadam Gnanam. That means Yadahitukam, Ahaitukam is there, na? So Anusheda number 4. From Anusheda number 4, you should write Ahaitukam means 1.2.7. Ahaitukam means what? Sushka Tarkadhyakaucharam Upanishadam Gnanam. Which is free from the dry logic. Next, 17th is what should be the result of dharma and what should this done. What should be the result and what should not be? Dharma is should lead to what? Lead to bhakti. Vasudeva Katharuchi. Dharmasya means dharma means what? Apavarga you read. What is the apavarga? Which leads to bhakti. That means dharma means what? It should lead to bhakti means Vasudeva Katharuchi. What inquiring? Vasudeva Katharuchi. Okay. And what it should not? It should not meant for artha. Na arthaya upakalpate. It is not meant for the earning money. Dharma is not meant for the earning money, but dharma is meant for, yesterday we have seen dharma, it means karma is not meant for the falasruti, to get the result, but it is meant for the prayojak karta. Who is that prayojak karta? Ishvara. We should do that dharma, whatever karma, for the Ishvara. Ishvara, we should do that for the Ishvara. So that Ishvara will become, he will be pleased and he will remove you from the bondage of karma. Naishkarmyam, you will get the bondage. You will free from the karma. Next, 18. Meaning of Advayam, sorry. Meaning Advayam. Advayam I explained in the Tattva Sandrabha from the. What is that Advayam means? Swatah Siddha Tadrusha Atadrusha Vastvantara Bhava. You see in the Tattva Sandrabha, you can get. And otherwise, in some class, I explain Advayam. Next, when bhakti can be said Durlabha, that you should explain. Tasraddada namana yognana vairagya yuktaya Pashyantyatmani chatmanam bhaktya shatagruhita. You should explain about this sloka. Next, mention the reference sloka for bhakti. For bhakti is possible by swabhavik karma. This is the same thing I am repeating. Reference sloka for what? Bhakti is possible by the swabhavik karma. What is that? Sonusht atah pumbir yudhishreshta varnashram vibhagasha. Next, what is the meaning of ekena? Ekena manasa. Tasmad ekena manasa. Ekena, you see there, ekena. Divide of karma and jnana. Next, 22. Why one have taste in Vasudeva Katha? 1.2.15. 1.2.15. What 15 is saying? 13, 14, 15. Why should, how one can have, why not? How one can have taste in Vasudeva Katha? Because if you have taste in Vasudeva Katha, then you'll do the Shravanam Kirtanam. By that you'll enter into the Smaranam. By that Smaranam, that is a sword, you can cut down Karma Grandhi and that. You should write like that. Next, how one who is unfortunate in regarding Katha Ruchi can start Bhakti? That means unfortunate people, how they can start, how can they get the Katha Ruchi? Shraddhadhano Shraddhadhanasya Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. That Syanmas. Next, 24. In what form Krishna clears the dirtiness of the heart? So entering into Bhava Rupa. Okay. 24. Bhava Rupa. So what is the meaning of Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam? That means direct perception of the Supreme Lord is a Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam. So what kind of samasya is removed after seeing the Krishna in the heart? Samshaya, not samasya. Samshaya, sorry. So that means I also get the Krishna darshan. So this kind of samshaya will be finished. Next, what is the difference between the karma and bhakti? So karma is painful in the both sadhana kala and sadhya kala. Bhakti is blissful in the sadhana kala and sadhya. Next, 28. Sutta Goswami rejects worshipping of other demigods.
Question is here, what is difference between karma and jnana?
You can write your question, but my question is this.
Oh, that question is, we got no. What is question? Real.
What is the difference between karma and bhakti?
Karma and bhakti.
Yeah. Karma is always painful. Sadhana kala and sadhya kala, while practicing and after getting the result also. But bhakti is both the time it is blissful. That is the difference. Next, 28. How Sutta Goswami rejects worshipping of other demigods? You have to write 18 and so on. This, yes, he is saying actually here, Sutta Goswami rejects worshipping of the demigods. Why the Sattva Rajastama iti prakriti riktaha. That means this supreme one Purusha, he is taking the Hari Virinchi Hareti Sangyaha. He is taking the three notations. That means Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. Out of these three, who is the worshipable? Who is going to give the benefit? Vishnu. That means Sattva. Tatra Sreyam Sikalu Sattva Tano Nudam Syuhu. So that means Vishnu. Why Vishnu? Why not other? Why not Shiva and Brahma? Because there is no Sakshat Parabrahmatvam in the Brahma and Shiva. And that's why if you worship them, so forget about increasing of Satuguna, but on the reverse, you will be seeing the increasing of Rajas and Tamas. So that's why you should not worship. And they cannot give, they don't have any potency to give the directly liberation, because there is no Sakshat Parabrahmatva in that. Because they are not Swamsha of the Lord. Because they are not Swamsha. So then what you should do? You should worship Vishnu. And also I explained there, Vishnu is worshipped with the Upadhi, and that is also blissful only, because even if you worship Vishnu with the Upadhi, the results whatever are coming, Dharma, Artha, Kama, they are all so blissful, because they are coming out of Sattva Guna. So because worshipping the Vishnu, you will be in the Sattva Guna, because Vishnu is the in charge for which Guna, Sattva Guna. So by worshipping Vishnu with the Sattva Guna, definitely there is increase in the Sattva Guna. So that's why Dharma Artha Kama is also will be giving the Sukham, that means bliss, happiness for you. Then if you worship the Vishnu without Upadhi, that's well and good. You will get the Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti. So, but if you worship the Brahma and Shiva with Upadhi, so then you will get the, you will increase, in you increase. If you worship Shiva with the Upadhi, Tamoguna will increase. If you worship the Brahma with the Upadhi, Rajoguna will increase. With the Upadhi means he is the controller, he is the worshipping Brahma with the Upadhi means he is the master of this universe. That means he is the creator. And worshipping Shiva with the Upadhi means he is the destroyer. He is the supreme person. He is the destroyer, this mode. But if you worship Brahma and Shiva without Upadhi, so they are not going to give any liberation, because there is no Sakshat Brahmatva. So what you should do? If you worship Brahma and Shiva as the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, then that is okay. If you connect them, you are worshipping Brahmaji as our Acharya and Vishnu, Shiva as our Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, then that is okay. That means indirect. That means you are worshipping mainly then Vishnu only. That means okay. That's why rejected Brahma and Shiva worship is rejected. Then what to speak of other demigods? Of course, that's the next coming slokas are coming. They are all rejecting about the worshipping of other demigods. So please write all those, whatever there. That means Bejire Munayodhagre, Bhagavanta Madoksh. Next. Mumukshavo Ghoro Rupan Hitva. Narayana Kala Shanta Bhajanti Anusuyavaha. Rajastama Prakrutaya Samashela Bhajantva Pitrubhuta. All these. And yeah, these are the, you should read. Okay. Anyone is making answers? Answer key? No. Nobody is making. He is PPT man. So who will give key to me? Answer key. And nobody is preparing, then how to correct your papers? Who will prepare answers for this? Online on site. It will be prepare answers and give to me. Who will do? Already I am explaining answers, and you people don't want to prepare and give to me. No cooperation from your side. Huh? Sarokant, you try. Huh? Okay. You can try. Yeah. What PPT you are making? Huh? You don't want?
So no, I want to ask the question regarding the questions that you gave. Would you have a priority to kind of depict them on PPT for us? Is there some relation between PPT and the questions you gave? That means that we need to particularly stress these things, or?
PPT doesn't have any connection with this. PPTs I gave this year. This paper is done in last year. The question bank.
So it's not like whatever you covered in the questions that definitely has to be there in PPTs. Okay.
PPTs you do according to the Anucheda flow. And of course, questions also almost all going the same. And nothing much different. Yes. I don't need exact key, but roughly also if you make some hint, it is okay. Yeah. Next. Vishnu can give, what is that? Or which is question number 28 is done. Next. 29. What sambandha Vishnu has with the Sattvaguna? What sambandha? Samipya sambandha. 30th question. What sambandha Shiva has with Tamoguna? Is the Sanyoga sambandha. 31st sambandha Brahmadi with Rajaguna is Sanyoga sambandha. Next, 32. Vishnu can give anything. Still, why people worship Brahmaji, Shiva, and other demigods? Because Samasyilaha. They are also having the similar prakriti, similar nature of Brahma and Shiva. Because they are all influenced by the Rajas and Tamas. That's why they have the similar nature with the Brahma and Shiva. That's why they are attracted by the Brahma and Shiva, the forms of Brahma and Shiva, and the activities of Brahma and Shiva. Okay, then next. 34. Please conclude that conclusion of all Shastras is Vasudeva. Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramaka. That for this, for making key, actually you don't need to do anything. Just that answer is there, and you snip. You can snip it and put enough. Or otherwise, no need also this kind of things. Just establish bhakti as highest abhideya from conversation of Vyasa and Narada. Bhakti as highest abhideya. Now we are going to our dear Vyasadeva and Narada Muni's conversation. What they are saying? Naishkarmyamapyachyuta bhava varjitam nasobhate jnanamalam niranjanam kuta punasyasvada bhadramishware nacharpitam karma yadap. You should write this. Next jugupsitam, next tyaktva swadharmam. All these three slokas are establishing. So one should do the bhakti. So what we are saying, Naishkarmyam. In the Naishkarmya, we are saying without bhakti, na gnana is going to give any result. Even the karma is anyway is inauspicious. Even the Nishkama karma is also is not going to give the result. Nishkama karma yoga, what it should do? Purifying the heart. That is also not going to do. Just I am explaining briefly, but you should write more detail. And next, after that, after saying this, Narada is saying, Jugupsidam, what Vasudev you did? People are naturally interested in the fruitive activities, and you are giving that fruitive activities as a dharma for them. It's simply cheating. Because already he was naturally interested for the fruitive activities, and prescribing for them once again the fruitive activities as a dharma. Oh, Jugupsitam. This is Mahan Vetikrama. It's a great violation actually. You should think for how to take them out. So that's why what you should do? You preach that Tyaktva Swadharmam Charanambujam Harer. You ask them, leave the entire, all the fruitive activities, everything, and leave all the Swadharma, Nitya Naimitya Karma, everything. And take up the bhakti. Preach boldly like this. So then, Vyasji may ask, who will accept? Somebody will accept. Intelligent people are many are there. And by seeing them, others also will accept. Like all of our devotees. Tyaktva swadharmam charanam bhujam hare. Bhajan pakko. Not a pakko, pakko. Atha. So these are the, basically you should cover these three things in the Narada's teachings to Vasudeva to establish bhakti as abhideya. So then after that, sloka, question number 36. Okay, 36. Ramcharan Prabhu, yes.
Just a little question that Narada's teaching to Vyasadeva is to give up the Swadharma and accept the bhakti.
Yes.
And yesterday, I think we were discussing in 11th canto, Lord Krishna said that you should perform your dharma until unless or karma until you really go to that platform like for bhakti.
Yes.
So how do we understand that? Like if there is basically mentioned that you should perform your karma as long as like you are not getting katha ruchi.
Yeah. Why it is said tavat karmani kurvita? So this is the sloka, 11th canto, 20th chapter. So Uddhava, to Uddhava, Krishna is saying, tavat karmani kurvita. Hey Uddhava, you should not leave the karma. You should do that till the time you get the either taste in the Shraddha in the Vasudeva Katha, or other in hearing the Vasudeva Katha, or otherwise, and being inquirer and detaching from all the material pleasure. Either of this one, if you achieve, then you can live. Otherwise, you should do the karma, is said. But here Narada is saying, hey, you leave everything and do the bhakti. What is the understanding? How to reconcile these two? How to understand? The thing is simple. So Narada is saying correct, and there Krishna is also saying correct, because Krishna is saying correct. If one is not doing the karma, then what will be happening? So if you see Avirhotra, what he is saying, so if he doesn't practice the prescribed karma, then he will be doing the vikarma, and then after that Agnaha Ajitendriya, he is becoming Agnaha Ajitendriya, and also after that Mrutyor Mrutyumupaiti, that means he is getting again and again birth and death. So that means if you are not ready to enter into either of this process, Vasudeva Katha Ruchi process, that means in the bhakti process or the gnana process, you should do karma. That is the point. That means if you enter into this, that means what Narada is saying, he is asking forcefully enter into this. Enter into bhakti, path of bhakti. There is no loss in this. Because in the path of the gnana, you should, what is the demand? There is a demand of detachment from the material enjoyment. But in the case of the bhakti, there is no demand for there is no criteria to enter into bhakti. Is there any criteria of detachment from the sense gratification? Is it said there? Only. What is the criteria to enter into the bhakti marga? Only is the Shraddha in the Vasudeva. That's all. So that's why, so what is said here now? You should directly enter into the bhakti. There is no loss. Even from there, if you fall down, no problem. If one is not ready to do that, let them do. Let them do their prescribed duties. At least they will not lead the sinful life. So that's why we need Daiva Varnashrama, where everything is doing the, so in the fully service, direct service, Daiva. So directly we are giving, or otherwise for the other remaining society, there is sufficient of basic Varnashrama. So that whole the society should be in the system. Otherwise, they will be doing the kukarma, vikarma, and they will be getting the again bondage and more strong bondage. That's why for a general mass also there is a need of system for the whole general mass. That's why our constitution, all the whole world constitution should be designed based upon the Varnashrama. And in that, devotees are special category. They are not bounded by the so-called Varnashrama rules. They do bhakti. Bhakti principles are highest. This is needed actually for whole society. So that's why every time Manu is coming and Manu's sons, they are doing this only. They are establishing the dharma. Okay. Next. We will discuss remaining thing tomorrow. And after that, we'll do some discussion. Is there a possibility? I will do the class also. Okay, prepare till today, whatever I discussed. Tomorrow I will cover the remaining things. We reached till what? 25 Anushedana. Almost all. 25th Anusheda. Remaining half we'll do tomorrow. Okay. Everything is very easy. If you see it easy eyes. It's easy or not? Don't, huh? Not simple. Meaning you write, okay. Just a little bit you write the sloka and meaning. Some phrases. Ashray Gorang Prabhu, yes, Prabhu.
Here, in this Narad Vyas Samvad,
Yes.
Jugupsittam Dharma Kritenu Shashatam. And in first chapter, we established that Dharma Sanushtita Sansiddhir Hari Toshanam.
Yes.
That Dharma, Savai Punsam Paro Dharma is Dharma to please the Lord, by which one can get bhakti.
Yes.
That is Katha Ruchi. So that Dharma is outrightly again rejected by Narada Muni, that Jugupsittam Dharma.
Yes. 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 He is asking to do Sakshat Bhakti. Tyaktva Swadharmam Charanam Bhujam Hare. And in that section also we are seeing conclusion is Tasmad Ekena Manasa Bhagavan Satvatam Pati Srotavya Kirtitavyascha Dhyaya Pujyascha Nityada. That is the topic conclusion there also. If you see in the Sutta Goswami's teachings. Same thing Narada is also saying. Tyakta Swadharmam. Even all acharyas, whatever conversations we have seen, everyone is saying same thing. If he is not able to do, then you do this. If you are not able to do that, do this. Like that they are saying. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada ki.